affect the midfield line and the back line of Quebec. If they could squeeze up and put a little bit more pressure on the BC center backs when they have possession of the ball, maybe they won't be as successful with the interchanges, particularly between the fullbacks and the wide players.
Rostand finds Jati. Again, we're seeing quite a few little niggly fouls early on. Referee calling it early doors, maybe just to get ahead of it, make sure things don't escalate at all. Good ball by Rostand, good run. McMillan in the corner. Finds Morello. Morello inside onto his right. Good feet. Very tight in there. There's Jati on the ball. Finds De Graaf. Out wide for Hodat. Looking to get something, looking to get into the box. Eventually wins his side of throw-in.
I mean, that's excellent play all round. I mean, just the willingness of the winger to go 1v1 or even 1v2 there, but also the defenders keep moving their feet, not giving anything away. It's exactly what you want to see at this stage.
Another offside call there, and we're going to have a free kick. Nino, thoughts on the early exchanges?
I think the BC teams had the better of the way in terms of being able to execute the plan that they might have come out here to execute, but still early on, and excited to see how the Quebec team adjusts to this pressure they're facing from the BC team.
Good passage of play here by BB5. Morello popping up on the right wing. Delivery from De Graaf, claimed by the goalkeeper.
I mean, you see in this moment as well, there's not a lot of structure and ideas when the Raptors get the ball. When BC are on it, you can tell a little bit more about the strategy. It's going to be interesting to see if they can get their foot on the ball, find a bit of rhythm, find some of the patterns maybe that they've been looking for and having success in their local league. As of now, it's just not really clicked for them at this point.
De Jong on the ball. Omar Rostand finds Morello. De Jong looks for a first time ball around the corner. Straight out of play for a goal kick.
I mean, I think it comes down to as simple as just the intensity from the BC team on the ball is very high. The intensity is more so coming from Quebec when they don't have the ball. But if you see here, like when they're building out or they get on the ball, it's not the same type of intensity that the opposition's giving them, and it might be a result of why they keep losing the ball. But just keep watching for that as this continues into the first half.
We go long, flick on. Well dealt with by De Graaf there for BB5. As Romador was looking to get him behind. Michel Rodriguez on the ball. Really just ran out of space and ran out of ideas. O'Shea feeds the centre back. Guindo, De Jong to Rostand. McMillan to De Jong. Morello. Finds McMillan. Rostent on the ball. See space over here. Oh, great first touch by Shaki. Sets it back. That was a fantastic first touch there by Shoki from the Rapids. Now De Jong drives forward. Feeds Morello. 1v1 with his defender. Looks to deliver. Well dealt with by Lavasseur at the back post. Again, as you were saying, Mike, the Rapids from Quebec, a lot of intensity defensively, but when they win the ball, seem to be out of ideas.
Yeah, it's movement in front of the ball is not really there, and it could be just due to the fact the amount of physical intensity they're putting in just to try and win the ball and direct their opponent in the spaces they want them to play in. But it's something definitely needs to change, whether it's a change in strategy, whether it's a change in some of the system, just to see if they get certain players free. But right now, it's BC who've got the control of this game.
And Gasso finds his teammate. Back to Miso Rodriguez. Mathieu. Free kick for BB5. Banton on the ball. McMillan finds Jatsi. Back to McMillan. Jatsi again. And that's a foul there. Would be a free kick for the Rapids. It's a foul and nothing more. Essam, blocked by De Jong. Good win by Brock. Oh. Rapids looking for Lavasseur on the overlap. Banton. Comes back for the Rapids. Atia. Finds Osem on the right. Has support. Well read by De Jong. And chance to counter. McMillan. McMillan driving, gets himself in the box. Oh, what a finish. What a goal by McMillan. Fantastic individual effort there by Connor McMillan.
Another instance of where Quebec has a little bit of a spell close to the BC goal, careless in possession, turnover, and then a little bit of a counterattack, and what a way to do it.
What's interesting is there's some support on the side, trying to help coach. Keep it simple was the message, and the young man decided to do exactly what he needed to do because he's playing the game and puts the ball in the back of the net. If I was him, I'd listen to himself.
Rosten, Jutty, De Jong. Back to Eli Guindo. Good touch there by Miso Rodriguez. To Ron Mador. Looks to front him up. Oh! And out of nothing. Another good finish. And moments after going behind. It's 1-1.
Yeah, well, I mean, against the run of play, football, soccer can be cruel. Looked like it might have deflected. I guess the adage saying if you don't buy a lottery ticket, well, you ain't going to win it. And he's had a shot, deflected, goal.
De Jong on the ball. McMillan again. Great ball by McMillan. Wins his side of throwing. Brook on the ball. Runs into a dead end. Big crossfield ball. Dealt with eventually by BB5. To McMillan, looking to get himself on the ball as much as possible. McMillan again. Back to Rosten. Guindo to Jutty. Guindo again. Jutty again. De Jong. First time ball. Doesn't find its target. One back though by BB5. Hoda on the ball. Just fouled, although it looks like there's an offside decision that came before. Not quite sure what's happening here, but it looks to be that the assistant referee has given a free kick for offside. I don't think anyone knows what's going on right now, but ball's back in play.
I mean, BC just gave a goal away after scoring. You know, you might have lost a bit of concentration. What they don't want to do is get riled up by, you know, decisions not going their way. Just there, they kind of fell asleep. It was a quick restart. You know, against some teams that are really on it, you're going to get punished twice.
Torjan finds his centre back. Usem. Usem again. There's a handball. Free kick in a dangerous position here. Looks like it's going to be number 9 Gonzalo Miso Rodriguez to hit it with his left foot.
This is a perfect range. Enough space to get it.
Miso Rodriguez goes for it. Just too much on it. BB5 looking to build from the back. Morello for Macmillan. Can't bring it under control. One back though by Rostand. Rostand again. De Graaf. Hoda. Looks for the delivery. Good ball in. Falls into the box. De Jong's there. Oh. Strike from the edge of the box. Just misses to the right of the goal.
A little bit of a laissez-faire clearance there by the Quebec defender, trying to clear the ball with the side of his foot. A little bit of a back heel and almost creates an opportunity for the opposition to score.
I'm sure De Jong's eyes lit up there as he saw the ball fall into him on the edge of the area. As a midfielder, that's exactly what you want to see.
And as a coach, that's going to frustrate you. To your point, I mean, that's just blind. You have no idea where that's going to drop. That's as good as, trying to assist them for the other team. I think those are the things you just got to get rid of. I will say this, I think since BC scored, it's completely woken up Quebec.
Certainly came much more into the game since that goal, scoring themselves and having a lot more possession since that moment. Although there's a mistake.
It's interesting though, there seems to be some confusion when they scored, like has something changed in the system, the players are asking each other for BC. It's got the ball, but it looks like he's gone over.
And that's the first yellow card of the game. I can't see who it's been issued to right now. It was a strong tackle.
He's definitely got the ball. But whether it's been deemed as dangerous and potentially a little bit out of control.
And it was the captain, Mathieu, who picked up the yellow card for that one. Of course, no VAR in use here at Club Nationals.
Yeah, let's keep it that way.
De Jong's going to take the free kick in, swinging with his left foot.
His first set piece on the corner was excellent. If I was a betting man, I'm pretty confident this is going to go on goal.
Here's De Jong, left-footed, whipped towards goal. Oh, and that's a good save by the goalkeeper. And there's been a collision
Very
in
well
the box.
done by the goalkeeper there. That's a classic ball you want from that position as well. Whipped in, back post. If nobody gets it, it's going on target. Makes the goalkeeper work. And both to your point, Mike, great delivery, but also wonderful goalkeeping.
And we just have Ossem down right now. Hopefully nothing serious, just a little knock and he can continue again. But it just looked like a coming together of the keeper, the defender and the attacker.
Yeah, courageous defending. You've got to put your body in positions you don't necessarily want to go. Those things can happen. I think De Jong, he's put the ball in the right space. Maybe the thing lacking is a bit of pace on it. If he puts a bit more on it, that probably will cause even more of a problem.
Good chance now for the teams to take a minute or two, reset, grab a water, go again.
Good chance for us at this point to recognize the following sponsors: Toyota, the sponsor of Canada Soccer's National Championships, CIBC, Visa, Tech, Gatorade, Go-Go Squeeze, Access Storage, and the Government of Canada. Soccer Nova Scotia would also like to thank their local sponsors: O'Regan's, HRM, First Fencing, Catalyst Physiotherapy, and Alma Safeway. If you want to get closer to the action, check out Canada Soccer on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, and find all the action from this match and the competition on the official website, canadasoccer.com/nationals.
Ossem's back on his feet right now. Looks to be limping. So initially I thought it was a head injury. It looks to be a little bit more than that. Maybe his ankle as well.
Pretty sure he might have had the opponent land on top of him at the same time.
It looks like he's moving freely again now though, and we're coming back in. Good touch by Turgeon.
Why is he not?
Oh, and Ossem's back onto the field. Good touch. Referee's played the advantage. Oh, advantage again, Ossem. Good strike, good defending. Two instances there of what looked to be fouls that the referee played advantage on. No.
A question for you, Matt. I mean, would you want that advantage, particularly the second one? Is that something you'd want to have a free shot at goal? How do you feel about that?
As someone taking the free kick, I'd love the opportunity to have the strike from 20-25 yards centrally. Yeah, tough to say. I don't think there was any real advantage for where the ball ended up, but credit to the referee for trying to play on and not stop the game unnecessarily. We're going to have Matthew standing over the ball here.
It's a similar angle for Quebec to De Jong's.
No doubt they'll be looking for a similar kind of delivery, whip towards that back post. Give an opportunity for some of his teammates to attack.
What's interesting, the difference is the line's obviously a little bit different. It's not as low on top of the goalie.
Played short. Well worked. Ricochet's got body in the way of the ball.
Almost worked for them, that little bit of, they must have trained that in the practice ground. A little bit of a preset set piece to create space for a shot on goal. Just couldn't get it off.
And a yellow card there for Levasseur. Just for pulling, a little bit of a cynical foul. Realised the player was getting away from him, just gave him a little tug as he went by.
What's the word? Professional foul. Just try and help your team. You know that they've broken the line. Slow it down.
The Pep Guardiola.
No comment. Guindo on the ball. Physical presence. Jutty. To De Graaf. Hoda, first time around the corner for McMillan. Hoda, back to McMillan. Back to De Graaf. De Jong. Jutty. De Graaf. Good patient play this by BB5. McMillan again. Back to De Graaf. Banton. Guindo. Back to De Graaf. Jutty. Maybe just overcomplicating it there with that touch.
Really the first time in the last little while where the BC team could get on the ball, expand its shape, and look to probe.
Good battle there. Guindo coming out on top. Banton to De Graaf. Hoda to Jutty.
It looks like the DNA is that they're quite happy to, when they're on the ball, to keep it quite narrow and compact. I don't know if that's because they want to immediately counter press and regain the ball, but to Nino's point, they did expand their shape, but there's still at least 6 or 7 yards extra on both sides. Might make it easier for them to find those gaps centrally, but again, if they're looking at the transitional moment as a problem or something they want to work on, that might be why they're not doing it.
Going to have a throw deep in the BB5 half. Can't keep it in play, and we're going to have a goal kick. Well, we're almost 40 minutes in, Nino. What do you think so far? Do you think 1-1's a fair result or fair score as of right now?
I mean, if we look at the first 25 it's finished, I think it was BC's game, but Quebec's certainly done the part to make it more of an even contest, and so far, you know, a fair score.
McMillan on the throw. Back to Roster. McMillan again. It's been a threat throughout. Gets himself in the box. Good defending and cleared away. Picked up by De Graaf. Turned over again. Mathieu driving. Still going, Mathieu. Morello. BB5 just maybe trying to force it a little too much at the moment.
That was a good opportunity. I think it was just the wrong choice. It was a furthest forward option, but there was 3 players around them. Then go maybe short, allow some additional support to come. Quebec had a lot of players out of position, so yeah, maybe another one to look at on the tape.
Michel Rodriguez. Chop back, delivery, good ball. The keeper claims. Hoda on the ball. Not much in the way of support. Just starts again, brings Jutty into the play.
On this BC team, if you look at where the width comes from on both sides, on this left side, I believe it's Rotan, Matt, the left back, fullback.
Yep.
So he would provide the width, whereas on the other side, the fullback, De Graaf, isn't as adventurous. Just another example how player profiles might impact your strategy and the way you go about living your team principles.
De Jong on the ball. Looks long. Ambitious effort from 20 yards with the header. Mathieu on the ball. Looks wide. It's going to roll through to the keeper. We've seen that a few times now from the Quebec team, looking to play the ball in behind the left fullback. De Jong.
To Nino's point, it could be because he's just getting caught up a little higher than obviously the same on the opposite side. Just maybe again something to see if they keep exploiting.
Guindo takes no chances and puts it into touch. Turgeon with the throw.
Matt, going into halftime, what are the team talks like for you?
I think if you're the BC team, BB5, I think it's can we go back to what we were doing early when had sustained possession up until the goal? I think they were the better team. Since the goal, it's become a bit more even, perhaps even Quebec dominating. If I'm Quebec, we're talking about can we start the half on the front foot rather than wait for 25 minutes to get into it.
I think when you look at the way it's unfolded as well, once Quebec get themselves in these types of positions right now, they are very capable. It's just they haven't found themselves in this space enough.
Oh, great feet on the left wing. Ramadoy.
Trust your own instincts as an individual, but then as the collective, there's a lot of looking to the sidelines and trying to wait for instructions. So I'm not sure why that's happening, but I feel like once that's starting to happen, just they don't seem to be quite as aligned with what they were doing.
If you look at the difference of the BC team towards the latter half of the half, McMillan is a lot more free-flowing. And there's some rotations there that are happening that didn't happen at the beginning when they could establish their shape in the opposition half and really look to play. So I'm wondering if they will go back to your point, Matt, to the way that they were at the beginning of the half, to just get themselves back into those positions where they were dangerous, because it seems like, particularly centrally, they're over-rotating a little bit and aren't committing the Quebec players to them as they were when they were in more of a rigid shape to create those spaces in between the lines.
And there's the halftime whistle at the break. BB5 from BC 1, Rapid Chaudière-Ouest from Quebec 1. Join us again in 15 minutes for the second half.
folks, before we get going, we just want to take the opportunity again. Canada Soccer would like to recognize the following sponsors: Toyota, title sponsor of the Canada Soccer's National Championships; CIBC, Visa, Tech, Gatorade, Go-Go Squeeze, Access Storage, and the Government of Canada. Soccer Nova Scotia would also like to thank their local sponsors: O'Regan's, Halifax Regional Municipality, First Fencing, Catalyst Physiotherapy, and Alma Safeway. If you do come by and join us here at Mainland North, be a part of the team and get your official 2023 Toyota National Championships apparel at the merchandise booth that will be on site today through to Monday. When you walk in, you shall see it. And also come support a local business, Kicks Cafe. They're out turning out good food. I haven't had anything yet, Matt. Have you?
I have not.
I have not either, but I do know that they make delicious food because I've enjoyed their food upstairs at Soccer Nova Scotia's facility.
Start of the second half, we've got a couple of changes for BB5. Coming in as number 10, Soreski. He's replacing number 20, Brooke. And also coming in at number 21, Bajwa, replacing number 11, Bobby Jutty. It looks like we'll see Soreski go into that attacking role through the middle there. Involved early, giving away a free kick. Gasson to his defensive partner, picked up by De Jong. First time into Soreski. Rapids building from the back. Through Gasson. Good ball in, good turn. One back by BB5. De Jong. Good turn. Bajwa. Bajwa again. Bajwa again. De Graaf. Banson. Gindo. Finds Roston on the far side.
Matt, are we seeing the famous Christmas tree here by the Quebec team in a low to mid block?
Famous Christmas tree. I'll be honest. I've been trying to read names, so I haven't noticed that as of yet. I'll keep an eye out for it as we progress.
Keep an eye out on the famous Christmas tree formation.
Can it not just be a tree?
No, not a tree, Mike. You don't know the Christmas tree, clearly.
Rapids coming forward. Good ball through. Turgeon finds Michel Rodriguez. Atia. Osam looks for the run. Just couldn't claim it at the back post. Good pace shown there. Drives inside. Good strike, good block. Game just a bit stretched at the start of the second half.
It's surprising. I don't know if that was something that was discussed at half time, that there's maybe space there to exploit. But yeah, it's end to end right now.
Asuyat, sorry. Well in by De Jong. It's going to be pulled back for a free kick for BB5. De Jong finds De Graaf. Morello back to De Graaf. Guindo on the ball. Back to Guindo. Looks long for Macmillan. Good defending. Wins his side a free kick. Good pressure there by Macmillan. Good feet shown there. Ossem with the run. Good cover by Banton there. Free kick for a high boot. So Nino, we've had a few more minutes. Does it look like the Christmas tree defensively?
I haven't seen the Christmas tree since the one time I saw the Christmas tree, but we'll see. We'll keep looking for it. It's a cult favorite formation, isn't it, Matt?
I would say right now it looks more like a 4-4-2. But we'll keep an eye out to see how it unfolds. Rostent on the overlap on the left side. Looks to deliver. Good ball. Well picked up. Good strike. Oh, punched away by the keeper. Morello looks to pressure and win the ball back. Gives away the free kick. Can't quite see who that is down at the moment. They're back on their feet. Look like they'll be good to continue.
These two are on yellow cards, both of them. Just so you know.
Rapids looking to build forward. Show Key on the right. That's a couple of times we've seen him now with little flicks to get free of his defender.
Yeah, the game reminds me now just of you attack, then we attack. It's going to be our best attackers and then against your defenders, and then you'll get a turn. There's no real flow here. It's just end to end.
Reminiscent of U13s playing 11 aside on this type of a field where the game separates to become two 5v5s in each half.
Bajwa to De Graaf. Back to Bajwa. Been involved since he came in at half-time. Morello on the ball. Drives inside. Lifts his head. Looks to slip his fellow sub. Can't wrap his foot around it.
Quebec lucky there with the heavy touch by the fullback, with McMillan coming in to close, almost one possession, very close to the Quebec goal, but able to survive that potential threat.
Wassem looking to win something. Goes down, a free kick's given. Not sure about that one. I thought he took a heavy touch and was looking for it.
I'm not sure. I actually do think it was unnecessary. It was just a little flick for whatever reason. He was going nowhere. There was no one in the box. He's certainly trying to protest his innocence, but no, I'm not sure, mate.
Just goes to show you how hard it is for the referees.
One thing that's evident in the first 10 minutes is there's definitely more of an emotion to the second half as compared to how the first half started. We know it ended a bit more of an emotional manner as well, so it's something that both teams are going to need to manage as they try to get all 3 points.
They have a free kick in a dangerous area. Out swinging ball from the right. Ricochets in the middle. And away by BB5. Yeah, that's going to be a free kick for a foul on McMillan. And that's going to be a card, presumably for stopping a promising attack. It wasn't too much in it, but I guess the referee deemed that he stopped the promising attack there. Issued the yellow card to number 4, Ngasson. Rostand on the ball. Delivers. Still there. Oh, that looks like, yep. Free kick right on the top of the box. Great opportunity to get a strike on goal, and there'll be a few players wanting to get themselves over this one. It looks like De Jong's on the ball.
Yeah, if anything, his previous 2 deliveries from set pieces have been quite good, so I'm sure he'll be feeling confident to do well here.
But as a lefty, is this a disadvantage for him? It's going to be really tricky depending on how the goalkeeper positions his wall. Getting it right on that other side, the goalkeeper's left, is going to be really tricky.
As we wait for this free kick, we're going to see a substitution for Rapid Chaudière-Ouest. Number 19, Christophe Lamontagne. Coming in for number 10, the captain Mathieu, who was on a yellow card. De Jong stands over the free kick. Strikes, and too much on it.
Yeah, as I was saying, to try and get it in that corner, it's got to be really on point, really difficult technique.
Good defending there by Gasson. Just using his body, not letting the attacker get round him. Owning the goal kick. Looks like we're going to see a long one for the first time. That's simple one for the referee, handball there.
But effective. You know, won the first header, really shouldn't have given away the foul on the second one. Would have had possession in their half. We've seen how effective they are when they get in the BC half, so maybe something to look out for.
Yeah, it's nice to see the intent behind the goal kick, whereas some teams just generally look to clear lines. This group seemed to be intentional about where it is that they're trying to place the ball and what to do with the ball being there.
And unlike this morning, Matt, the Nova Scotia wind has picked up, which is probably going to play a little bit into this too.
Yeah, beautiful sunshine, but definitely the wind picking up could become a factor as this game goes on. Sureski. Morello. Cleared away. Ossem looks to hold. Does well. Brings his teammates into the play. Yeah, good opportunity there. Just went a little early. He timed his run better. Great hold-up play by Ossem in the striker position, who's now gone down injured.
He's been very effective for them, hasn't he? He's played all across the front line, even come off the front a little bit to impact in the middle of the first half. Hopefully this is one of those tactical sit-downs maybe, and he comes back in to keep contributing because he's been effective for his team.
Well, that's the thing, you know, I mean, he has been effective. Every time it's come up to him, he's pretty much got the ball under control, tried to bring somebody in. So I guess the question is how come we've not seen that more frequently? It's only happened maybe a handful of times. Something to maybe explore if he's able to stay on the pitch, because I think there's something there.
.60 minutes in, Ossem's back on his feet. Looks like he just needed a little stretch out. Buy himself a minute or so. He'll grab a quick drink and get himself back on. In the meantime, BB5 upper man. McMillan looks to go around the corner first time. Ramador picked out by Shureski. McMillan. No, that's not McMillan over there. That was actually Haddad over there, winning his team the corner. McMillan to take. In swinging delivery, it's hung. Oh, and the whistle's gone for a push. Just in and around the 6-yard box.
That was a good call by the referee. I thought clearly hands extended as the player in question was trying to rise for a header.
Again, we've seen another long free kick, another long goal kick. Soft one, you'd say?
Yeah, Nino, what's your thoughts on that one?
I've just been fortunate to have the space to be able to give my thoughts on the last one, so I'll leave it to you two on that one.
I thought there's a little bit of contact, but I think he was looking for it, and he sold that one well. I think if you win the free kick, it's smart play. If you give the free kick away, you're unhappy with the decision.
It just shows you, though, like the BC team were in the ref's ear about that last decision, particularly De Jong, and you know, we're human beings. Has that affected him to give that? Because for me, that is not a foul.
De Jong battles to win it back. Rostand on the left. Feeds it up. Good delivery. Oh, almost finds its way in at the back post.
I think that's smart. If they can keep getting balls in that area, the wind will carry that. So just keep whipping balls in there. Got to play the elements with this field. It's not forgiving. It's not forgiving at all.
Miso Rodriguez on his left. Picked up by Lamontagne. Levasseur. On by Morello. Back to De Graaf. To De Jong. Good ball forward. Cuts inside. Finds McMillan. Works it, tries to work it onto his right foot. Just runs out of space. Again, a lot of transition happening right now. Oh. Good defending by De Graaf.
That could have been a very dangerous situation for BC to deal with. Player running in behind the midfield, 3-on-3. Just couldn't get inside quickly enough in front of the recovering defender
Morello on the ball.
capitalize on that.
Starting to see players go down now as well. I think that's just the nature of the way this game is being played, end to end. A lot of running.
It's a great point, Mike, and I think it's also important to give context to where these players are with the games they played in the last couple of days as well. It's not just the game itself that's impacting them, it's also the fact that some of them have played 2 games already in the last 48 hours, so 3 games in 3 days is not easy.
On top of traveling.
Good ball, Ramador. Looks to get himself into the box. Great defending by De Graaf. Banton goes long. Rolls through to Asiat. Picked up in the midfield by Rapids. Lamontagne. Asks a lot of Usam, who keeps it in. And that's going to be a free kick for BB5. Gets it in play early, McMillan. Feeds his winger. Good delivery. Morello. McMillan. Looks to create room. Back to Morello. Just crowded out in the box. And again, another transition.
3-on-2.
Missed opportunity.
You know, and is that, you know, not only are the legs getting tired, the mind's getting tired. It wasn't really on. It was just overforced. Maybe the better option is to maybe just carry it yourself, see what support can get on the field.
Good play there by Banton, heading back to his keeper. Gindo. Sureski finds De Graaf, first time ball. Goal kickers in the last few go long. Looks like BB5 are set to press high. We're going straight through.
You've got to applaud that. I mean, that's clearly a coach that's allowing the team to adapt to what they see. You know, it was clearly on just to play straight through them, and yeah, great solution.
Just going back to the previous goal kicks, after going long with a couple, the defensive line's respecting that, the fact that they might go long, dropping off a bit and affording that space to play through. McMillan. Bajwa wins the free kick.
little bit of a hold there by the Quebec player as the BC player was trying to get separation.
Yeah, it was subtle. He kind of trapped his arm, didn't he?
Yep.
Just lacking that little bit of composure in the final third from both teams right now.
I think that's down to the fact that the game's been played when both teams are on the ball at a real high intensity, and we've not really seen any rhythm changes. The game being slowed down, so when you're playing that quick and that frantic, it's not to be surprised that the execution is going to struggle.
Morello. We're going to see a substitution now. Number 8, Atia, is the man to be replaced. Coming on for him. Number 12, Samuel Turgeon. So now we've got 2 Turgeons on the field. Stop in play here. Osem is down again. Didn't seem to be any contact there, so hopefully this is not serious.
Another great opportunity to thank our sponsors. Canada Soccer would like to recognize the following sponsors: Toyota, the title sponsor of Canada Soccer's national championships; CIBC, Visa, Tech, Gatorade, Go-Go, Squeeze, Access Storage, and the Government of Canada. Soccer Nova Scotia would also like to thank their local sponsors: O'Regan's, Halifax Regional Municipality, First Fencing, Catalyst Physiotherapy, and Alma Safeway. And as before, to get closer to the action, check out Canada Soccer on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, and find all the action from this match and the competition on the official website, canadasoccer.com/nationals.
Not looking good for Osem right now. They've got the sub ready to replace him. Looks like that's going to be Jeremy Morin. Got to say, if you're the Quebec team right now, I think losing Osem is going to be a blow to you. Like we said earlier, every time the ball's gone into him, it's stuck, and he's been able to bring his teammates into the game. So disappointing for them to lose him at this stage. Hopefully, it's not too serious, and he's good to go again for the games for the rest of the tournament.
He's pulled up a couple of times off the ball. May not have seen it on the camera, and I just wonder if it's just something that's been, enough strain and on the body, and whatever's happened it's gone for him. But yeah, going to be a big loss, and it'll be interesting to see if they change strategies, particularly maybe now on these goal kicks. Will it look different? We'll find out.
I'm curious to see how this, it was a lengthy stoppage, impacts the dynamic of the game, whether or not it'll keep being as transitional, or if teams are going to look to settle into their shape and build.
Coach have had plenty of time to make those adjustments.
De Graaf, first time delivery. Oh, finds its way to the back post. Just tries a little bit too much. De Jong loses possession. Miso Rodriguez. Mador gets himself into a great position. Oh, great play there. Forcing the play, driving, almost getting his team a goal scoring opportunity.
End-to-end stuff, half chances on one side and now a near opportunity on the other.
Miso Rodriguez on the ball. Left-footed in-swinger. Cleared at the front post by Sureski. McMillan flicks it. No one there to collect it.
BC there just literally ran the whole length of the pitch, and they were really not getting close to that. And is that something you want your players, Matt? You think at this stage of the game, 1-1?
I think a little bit of game management has to come into it now. He's looking at tired legs. The last thing you want to do is go chase lost causes. Just conserve your energy. Make sure that you're ready for the. Make sure you're ready defensively for the next wave, rather than chase it and leave gaps in the defensive structure. Good ball. Good defended by Banton. Hoda on the ball. Turns, restarts. De Jong opens the play. Finds De Graaf. Drives inside. De Jong again. Sureski. De Jong on the ball. Leaves it for De Graaf. Morello. Back to De Graaf. Morello again. De Graaf again on the overlap. Delivery. Just behind everyone. Gives the chance to Rapid to counter. Yeah. Yep, looked offside straight away, and the linesman's flag goes up.
It was the Quebec fans that were right in line with it, not sure, but yeah, it was.
Very tight, that one. Very tight.
Guindo on the ball. Sureski. Another injury. Just a little stop in the game. Number 13, Rostand, the left back. Put some miles in today, up and down that wing.
It's interesting, BC's leaving 2 up top against 2, so they're obviously looking for a transition.
Here's the moment. De Jong looking for that transition moment. McMillan just went a little bit early, and by the time De Jong was ready to play the ball, found himself in an offside position. So just let it sail out of play for a throw-in.
It's a threat, though. It'd be interesting if Quebec let that happen again.
Interesting strategy by BB5 as well, because if we think about the first half, Quebec's been quite successful and they've been able to execute those little combo plays in the attacking third, and leaving 2 players high and allowing Quebec to build is playing into their hands a little bit. So we'll see if any opportunities are created.
Even here on the restart, you see it. Look, it's going to be 2 on 2. As soon as this ball goes past, depends what the fullback's going to do, but this could be dangerous.
Levasseur resets through his goalkeeper. Good win by Rostand. Oh. See a little bit of frustration creeping in from BB5 now. Frustration with each other. They obviously feel that they've got a little bit more quality than they're showing right now. That's going to be a foul and a yellow card for De Jong.
It certainly looked like it. It looked like he had his studs up, didn't he?
Sounded like it as well.
To your point, Matt, obviously Marcel De Jong, a senior player and very experienced, played at a variety of different levels. Is that him getting frustrated as well, based on the previous comment and observation?
Possibly. I think if you're BB5 now, you're looking to players like De Jong to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and show their qualities that he undoubtedly has to get them over the line here. McMillan with the flick. Wins it again. Yeah. Chaudière-Ouest just coming back from an offside position there after McMillan had blocked the clearance. And Gasson. Great ball into the middle of midfield. Morin on the left. Finds Lemontagne. Looks left again. Delivery. Well defended by Banton. As that play was building there, Mike, I heard you say no width, and all players for the Rapids within the width of the 18-yard box is going to be very difficult to generate anything as the defence is so compact.
Yeah, and particularly when you've just pulled it in from a wide area, and then you've obviously just regained the ball. You need somewhere to recycle, so having something in those wide channels is going to be important.
Delivery, oh, important touch there. And that's going to be a corner. Looks like it's going to be short. It is taken short. Turgeon. Looks long to Morello. Morello will just get his body there. 1 against 3, good play. McMillan again. Looks for Morello. Morello, ball across. Oh, Chaudière-Ouest just can't get on the end of it. Fantastic defending there. McMillan. Chaudière-Ouest with a touch. Morello. Oh! What a block. Unbelievable defending by Asia at the far post there. Stopped a certain goal.
Everybody thought that was going in.
Delivery on top of the keeper, well claimed. Free kick given.
And again, if any young players are watching, you know, making sure that you get cover for your goalkeeper sometimes. So just in that example, maybe you can be able to make the block. But I was just as impressed that he had to stretch and he somehow got it up as well. Incredible.
To Jean.
You'd say really as well that came against the run of play. I mean, I've been quite impressed with the Rapids in the last 10 minutes, and you know, the BC team struggling to really get a quality chance, and there it is, just like that.
Similar, almost an opposite story from the first half. We didn't see much from the Rapids, and then goal out of nothing.
Yeah.
Just goes to show you that only needs one moment of quality, or one slip, one mistake, and the game can change. Oh, he's through. Surely. Yeah. And Shoki with the goal. And within minutes of what looked like a certain goal for BB5, the Rapids have gone up the other end and scored.
It's interesting though, you saw it came from the keeper. It was again the BC5 players, the attackers kind of just staying quite high. Easy ball straight down the middle, no recovery, and it was simple, just the ball in behind. Timed well, goal. You live and die by your decisions sometimes. They've gone for it. They've decided to push those BC players high. You're giving space in behind or in between. And, you know, credit to Quebec. They pulled it off.
BB5 got away from some of that patient play we saw when they were most dominant, and yeah, allowed the Quebec team the Rapids to come in and impact the game in a way that they wanted to their strengths.
So 3.5 minutes plus added time. I imagine we'll see a little bit. We've had a few injuries this half, so not much time to come back in this one. Let's see how BB5 set themselves up for these closing moments. McMillan, Morello, Guindo, McMillan still going. Looks to deliver. Guindo, the captain from centre back. Shireski. Guindo again. Oh, almost gets on the end of it. Well, it looks as though the captain there, number 19, Guindo's taking his place at striker for these closing moments. Expect some direct play into him.
Yeah, use the wind, get it in there, cause chaos. I think at this point though, we should also acknowledge just the Rapids goalkeeper. I think he's been absolutely excellent throughout the whole game. Great with his feet. Kind of really understands when to just take the rhythm out of the game. That was a great example just there as well. Just lay on the ball, and then a really nice distribution at his hands to play on the right hand side. I think it's been excellent.
Corner for the Rapids. Be interesting to see. Are they going to put this in the box, or are they going to try and keep it in the corner? Still 2 minutes left. Maybe a little early to take it to the corner, given the amount of injury time to be played. But we'll see. They're definitely not committing many bodies forward.
An interesting strategy by BB5 to defend a corner and keeping 3 players high on the halfway line. Not sure if you can see it right now, but yeah, they certainly need the opportunities to get a goal.
And they win themselves a throw. Rostand back to the goalkeeper. Rostand. Oh, good touch. Feel like this is going to be a chaotic last few minutes with not much tactical structure, desperation from BB5 and just management from the Rapids. It's a free kick on the edge of the box.
I think if you're going to look at the game as a whole, it's really been a game about emotions, those key moments. So as soon as they went 1-0 down, look at how they responded. They were calm. They went and got themselves a goal. As this game's played out, it has been end to end. There's been a few little niggly tackles, a couple of longer injuries. They've seemed to have kept their heads, Rapids, and even now, you know, we know it's going to be chaotic, but they just seem really composed, calm. They don't seem unsettled at all. So, you know, I think it really, yes, we always look at the quality on the ball, but it's as much as their emotional ability just to stay calm in the key moments.
We just saw the 4th official hold up the sign for 5 minutes of added on, so we've still got a little bit of time here for BB5. However, dangerous free kick. Oh, well, from our angle, that looked like it was sailing right in the top corner. Flashed just wide.
And Mike, to your point as well, one of the key factors in their success have been the substitutes. They've come in and they've kept the play level high. They've all contributed in key moments, and a great example of more than 11 players, for the time being at least, really impacting the game in a positive way.
I wasn't sure about that one.
I think it was intentional. I don't think there was anything actually in it. I just think as he went to jump, he put his foot on the back of his Achilles. Now, anyone who's had that happen to them, it's sore. But whether or not it's a foul, I'm not convinced. I think more so the big roar was the reason why he got it.
Gives the Rapids a few moments to slow the game down, kill a little bit of time.
But is it savviness as well? At the same time, you know, you talk about emotions and his savviness. He's made the ref make a decision.
Oh, this could kill it here. Round the keeper. Oh, into the side netting from Michel Rodriguez. And BB5 are still in this game.
We were asking questions when the Rapids lost their initial 9, their striker, whether or not they'd be as impactful. And the replacements done just as well.
Yeah, really good, excellent. And I mean, as a coach, if you've got a plan B like that, then you're going to be thrilled.
Great goalkeeping there again by the Rapids.
And he has, it's been excellent. I mean, where he's playing, those spaces, it's not a place the goalkeeper really wants to play. If you get caught out, you know, if they play the right ball, he's in real trouble. He's been brilliant.
Gindo, flick, Sureski, round the corner, Morello. That's going to be a goal kick. Eat up a few more valuable seconds. Long it goes. Well up by Banton. Banton again. Gindo, good flick, Sureski. Oh, just overplays it. And again, time running out quickly for BB5 here. That was long, good flick. Macmillan. Maybe time for one more opportunity here. And it's a goal kick again. De Rosier with the goal kick. Goes long. Well won.
He really hasn't lost the header, has he, since he's gone forward into that 9 role.
And winning them with purpose and changing the direction of the flight of the ball to benefit his teammates. He's not just getting to the end of it, he's getting to the end of it and creating something with it. It's incredibly difficult to do.
He's getting under the skin of the centre-backs as well.
And there we go, full time. Final score from this game, BB United of BC 1, Rapid Chaudière-Ouest of Quebec 2. Final thoughts from you, gents?
Yeah, I just kind of re-emphasise where I thought the game was won and lost. I thought the emotional control from Quebec in those key moments were really the difference. There was quality on both sides. The game was stretched for large periods, but it was really, I think, that little bit of quality when it mattered, where you just got to keep a level head, and they did that.
Yeah, over the 90 minutes, I would have thought that in the first 15, 20, the BC team really did well to establish themselves within the flow of the game, but it takes 90 plus to play, and over the course of that we saw a lot of different ways that this Quebec team could impact the flow of the game, and credit to them for sticking to who they are and going about it in a way that was impactful in a lot of different ways.
Okay, thanks for joining. If you're in the Halifax area, make sure you come by at 4 o'clock today for Halifax West for their game, local team. If not, join us online and we'll see you then.